people.
Hello.
Good afternoon. We are back on a fantastic Friday. How are y'all doing? Hello, everyone. Chuck the Mean Man. Post birthday fever. Paint Liquor, hello. Is that Big Bob? Yep, Big Bobzilla. Can't read it from the silly, really dark blue. Hoosiers, hello. Cannibalistic Zombie, hello. Avian, ooh, hi. Vector, hello. How
Today
do you all
is
do?
Thursday, yes. Do we have a slow fuse? We have him, but he's not here.
We got the slow fuse.
One. He's just not in this room.
Yeah, he will not be here today.
Not in front of the camera.
Well, actually, that may be a lie.
He
said
later.
He would try and come in for maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah. Comfy chairs, the end of the day.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or between meetings, I don't know.
I think it's between meetings, because I think he's got one. But he's got nothing between this one and the next one, and then there's one that he's got in the middle of the street. So.
Today.
Hello. Everyone should enjoy today's episode of Adventures in the Machine Shops. I had to reject 11,573 snap ring pillar flyer switches because they were off by one Pantone step. Well, that's just dumb.
That's crazy.
Somebody done screwed up.
That's a lot of rejection. I don't know what that means. I just see a big number and reject it, and that's sounds like it would be a problem. If we had to reject 11,000 bottles of paint, that would be a big problem.
Yes.
It would be a really bad day for us.
Yes. Yeah, we don't like having to reject bottles of paint. No. So we try not to do it.
We try not to. We try and get it right.
Yeah. Story of my life, rejection.
Oh.
The Bug King. Hello. Pop Chicken.
Hello.
Ghost Hunter. Relapse.
Relapse.
Panic Bomb Arcade. 30 stream streak.
Ooh.
Man, them's be some rookie numbers, my dude.
Summer's here, and you know what that means. It's finally time for dancing in the streets again. I'd like to see that. No one dances in the streets around here. Well, that's not true. There are some people out there who dance in the streets. We worry about them, though.
But Matco. I love how Chuck is like trying to tell me or tell us what the tool manufacturer is.
As if we all know the high-end tool brands.
I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't.
I'm gonna go.
That doesn't help me.
Matco.
Yeah.
It's Matco.
It's Matco.
None of us know who that is. Well,
yeah, I don't know.
None of us in this room know who
no
that
idea.
is.
None whatsoever.
Twitch lost yours and game delays streaks.
How dare they?
No.
Those guys suck. Hi, Slayer Street.
Gotta be responsible for your own streaks. In many ways.
Oh, thanks, Papa Chicken. Happy actually Thursday to you too.
It's actually Thursday's day. Jordan's painting some animals.
Well, these shoes are not animals, but they are animal print shoes. We're gonna put a little bit of shading on these.
I can only afford Croftman tools. Yes, I spelled it right.
Croftman tools. Wait, it's not Friday? Son of a. Yep.
I mean, it's Friday somewhere. Gotta be Friday in Australia by now.
Unless time broke and
I don't know.
That is, in fact, not the case. Seems unlikely.
If time has broken, then
we start then asking ourselves the real question. Did time matter in the first place?
Avian, that word's made up. That's not a real thing. Take tomorrow off along with Monday and call today Friday. I mean, go for it. Sounds like a great plan.
Putting a little bit of a shade into this. Want to give those shoes a little bit more depth. And wait for it to dry before we put on some sweet prints.
Lamington is an Australian cake made from squares of butter cake or sponge cake coated in an outer layer of chocolate sauce and rolled in desiccated coconut.
I mean,
Like,
desiccated.
that word, I don't know what desiccated means.
I'm pretty sure they're just trying to say dried coconut.
It sounds like a not pleasant word, but the rest of it sounds good. I'm a fan of cake, butter or sponge. I don't care. Both are good. I'm a fan of coating things in an outer layer of chocolate sauce, and I like coconut. I don't know if I can say I like desiccated coconut though, because
Do you like dried coconut
it's a
flakes?
little close to some other words. Be good. Well, then say dry. Why do people got to be so fancy?
I think because you are previously an English teacher, they try to use bigger language.
I mean, I feel like
To
that
make
is a
you feel
copied and
cooler.
pasted from something.
Maybe. Mayhaps.
Blame the French. That's why it's fancy. But I thought this was Australian.
What is happening?
What is going on?
I don't
What is happening
understand
in
this.
this world?
You guys are crazy.
Well, I knew that before today.
I was already aware of that one.
Ugh, the French.
Blame the French.
French own cooking.
Not sure I would say that the French own cooking.
I don't think.
All right. Jen,
Yeah,
leopard print,
I like leopard print.
tiger print.
Oh.
I'm letting you pick.
Oh. I feel, how much space do you have? Like, where's the
I'm
print
painting
gonna
the
go?
shoes
Where's the print gonna go? On top of all the pink?
on the pink on the shoes.
All the pink. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's some good space, but I still feel like leopard would be better.
Leopard.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna do a couple of ideas for the leopard print. Because leopard print is basically just like a big ol' weird dotted circle
Blobby,
thing.
spotty thing.
Yeah.
I just got done showing Jordan. I just Googled Lisa Frank, clicked images, and brought it up just so he could see, just so he could get an idea of what my childhood looked like. And I believe his words were, "That's a lot of color,"
It
or
was.
something along those lines.
That was basically exactly what I said.
Right? Okra and desiccated sounds really bad when you're talking about food. And Bug King entomologists and arachnologists are also words that I don't even can think about frequently. I think about them rarely. A chart of levels of dryness out there somewhere. Yeah, cannibalistic zombie. That's what I was going for, but I didn't want to say it. Papa Chicken, I've lived in Arizona since 1981, and in real life, I've only seen two. So, rarely. Depends on where you live. Have you seen a scorpion yet, Jordan?
Mm, I think I saw a teeny tiny one when I went to go to a friend's place the other day.
Outside,
It was
inside?
outside.
Outside.
He kind of lives out in the boonies.
Okay.
Like far east or west, sorry. All right. Our leopard print is coming along. The weird little circular,
Oh, yeah, look. Good.
not circular type thingamabobs.
Again, it depends on where you are. Where Monument Hobbies is, no,
No, we don't see them out here.
we don't see them. Even in, I mean, like I said, I've only seen two. One of them was random, and I think it was just because there was there was a nest in the building. Because my neighbor actually had a bunch of them, and I had one. But that was, I mean, I had lived here probably 15 years or more before I ever saw one. Salty, hello. Were you hoping that we would like catch one and send it to you or something?
Because that ain't happening.
It's not gonna happen. But I mean, if you're planning to come to Arizona and you're hoping to see a scorpion, we can point you in the right direction. You're just going to, you're just not going to see one here at Monument Hobbies. Be a cool pet to have? I don't think it would. Because look at what Gary right above you just said. I've been stung by a baby one. 3 weeks to unnumb. That does not sound fun.
I concur. All right, all right. Looking good. Looking good. Now the question is the trim, the rubber parts, like the toe of the shoe and this top part. Think about doing those white. But
I think
also
that makes sense. I think white would be cool, but the laces
the
don't
laces
want to be white.
No,
They
no,
need
no,
to
no.
be a good color.
They have to be a color. So they have to be either like a pink or purple.
Yeah. Whichever
Or
is
or they could be orange.
be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids when I was young. I don't mess with scorpions. Yeah. I don't mess with scorpions. No interest. Neon green laces.
Doesn't really fit.
Cool. But no, I think it'd be cool to see a scorpion in the wild. Always wanted to hear Rocky Like a Hurricane live. That's good. I like that one, Panic. Hope the recipient is appreciating the love being put into this model. I don't even know if they know we're painting it right now. They probably don't.
I'm gonna laugh because they're gonna get this model and they're gonna be like, "What the heck is going on?" This is not what I expected. I mean, this bottle's a cool cat.
Yeah, it is.
What can I say? Yeah. Wearing some fancy schmancy sunglasses. Rocking a dope pair of shoes. You know what I should do is I should do like an embroidered Monument M on the side. Would be cool. Yeah. In white. And then do the white toe and then the white thing and then do the laces in like orange or something.
It is bold, that is true. The bottle screams, "Hello, fellow youths."
Hello, fellow youths.
Hi, Mike. Hello. Says, loving how this guy is turning out.
Me too.
It's pretty fun.
I wasn't sure about it when I first started doing it, and then it grew on me, and I was just like, "Oh, this thing's actually pretty cool."
Yeah, backwards, upside down sun visor. Missing that. I kind of want a pair of pink and purple leopard print shoes now.
I mean, if you find a pair of pink shoes,
paint the leopard for me.
We can do the leopard. We can do leopard print on them. I would just say find a second pair so I can make me a pair too, because that would be cool. Although they would just get so dirty walking around in Arizona.
I just got this pair a couple weeks ago and they're already so dirty.
Yeah.
They'd have to be special occasion shoes, not everyday work shoes.
Yeah. That's the one thing that bums me out. I like wearing cool shoes.
Yeah.
But they gotta be able to get a bunch of dirt on them. Turns out we live in a desert.
Bold sense of humor looks like if tequila sunrise was a color. Yeah, that is true. It's got a definite tequila sunrise vibe. I don't like tequila, so now I need to find an alternate.
It's called Bold Sense of Sunrise.
Yeah. The seashell necklace.
If that was an option, I'd have done it.
That's the hello, fellow youths.
All right, that's one shoe, partially leopard printed out. That actually looks really cool, to be honest.
Yeah, it does.
Especially once we get the white kind of cleaned up and...
I see what you did there, Papa Chicken. But he's the only bold sense of humor painted for the day.
It's also the only one that's ever going to be painted like this.
Yeah.
One of a kind.
Or pig bacon. Good afternoon to you. Out of all the streams you're watching right now, this one's your favorite?
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of the leopard print.
I think it's because it's the only stream he's watching.
Oh.
Is my guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how to even respond to that bug. No one's forcing you. Oh, because you're only watching one, so it's your favorite and your least favorite?
Well, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I don't.
Jordan's humming just made me think of The Price is Right.
A two-person race, you always want to come in next to last. These are making my brain work too hard on all this. It does seem like a fortune cookie.
Almost done. One last part of the shoe.
I sent out the first 4 copies of Age of Angra today. Well, I feel like we've probably sent some, but I sent out the first 4 winners. One of whom is T. Schmid. So, T. Schmid, coming your way. We are doing another giveaway. 5 more copies of Age of Angra. You can find the information about that on our website, social media. Do you know, Jordan?
Hmm?
Do you know where they can find the info about the current giveaway?
It's on social media.
Social media?
I mean, it should be on Facebook and things like that. Where I saw it last.
Facebook, probably Instagram. It is on Instagram. Chomped liver. If you're in a foot race, as long as you're running faster than the bear's next meal, you're golden. We had a long time ago, we used to do fun little Friday social media videos where I would go around and ask everyone in the office a silly question. And one of the questions was, who would you want to have as like your survival partner in a zombie apocalypse or something like that. And I got to Jason And he thought about it for a second. He's like, "How fast can you run?" And I said, "Not very fast." And then he's like, "I want you as my partner." Yeah.
Because I can leave you behind.
Exactly. As long as I can run faster than you, I'm safe. Looks like you spelled out baby at the bottom of the shoe. Did you?
I did actually.
Did you?
Yeah, here, look.
Did you do that on purpose? Oh, I see it. Did you do that on purpose?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I wanted to put
a J too?
No, but
Oh, you gotta put a J. Make one of them a J. That's awesome. Okran, that's a good catch. So good. Yes.
There we go. I'll put the J in there.
I love it.
I didn't say anything because I wanted to see if people caught it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't super zoomed in either, so good catch. Who was that?
Okran.
Okran?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to do this. This will be a cool little, like, hidden fun thing. Also would be kind of like a signature on it, right?
Yeah.
From the painter.
I love it. You don't need to run faster, you just need to be better at tripping people than the other person. That's a good tip, too.
Keep your shoes untied. Close these gaps up a little bit with a little bit of some of that. A little bit right there, a little bit right there. Boom. Okay. Cool. First part of the shoes are done. Let's zoom out a little bit. Here's gonna be the fun part where I kind of line out the shoes a little bit. Let me get a solid gray for. Oh, I know. We can do dark ivory. One of my favorite colors. Although we do need a nice black line. Papa Chicken, I must not be following Baby J's process very well. When does he prime and restart all over again? Not today.
Not on this one.
Not today, folks. Not today. Boom. Nice little line in there. Nice crisp line.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of my favorite things to do, by the way.
The lining part?
Yeah.
Really? Mesmerizing. Like, oh.
Just like.
Okay, those kicks are fire.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Right? I'd wear them.
They're pretty sweet. Just wait until I do the stitched M.
Papa Chicken, just make them. Get yourself a pair of pink Converse. Paint some leopard spots. You can do it.
Yeah, these are basically Converse, right?
Yep. Definitely make pink Converse.
They certainly do. I'd wear a pair of these.
Daughter's two favorite things are the color pink and cheetahs.
Well, this isn't cheetah print, but it's pretty close. Cheetah print and leopard print are not super different. Yeah, that looks wild. It looks so weird when I don't have the right color on
it. New Monument Hobby shoes coming summer of 2019. 2019.
Ooh, I don't know if I want to do yellow on these. I think we got to go with a more neutral
Close enough. I study humans, not cats. I don't know. I don't know what they all look like. Baby J's phantasmical footwear.
I am a fan of some phantasmal
They'd be good like convention shoes.
Oh, that would be
We should
fun.
get some hand painted shoes for everyone for convention.
Oh, that would be so cool. Oh, that would be rad.
Yeah, you put it on the whiteboard. Doesn't work when I do it.
I don't know if Gabe's listening.
He's probably not. Gabe's kind of busy today.
Yeah, our whole marketing department is pretty busy. Because we got cool things.
If Jabe doesn't whiteboard it, I'll blackboard it.
Was that Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike's like, we're getting this to happen.
Of course.
Huh?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
What's up, nerds? Running late today? I mean, feels like we just started. Only been 35 minutes.
Those are pretty cool.
Poor Pig Bacon said I actually learned on a fashion website that leopards have rosettes, jaguars have bigger rosettes with a spot in them, and a cheetah has spots. Is that white or bright neutral gray?
This is bright neutral gray. I don't want to start with white. Start with bright neutral gray and work it up to the white.
These don't have a spot in them. I think these are leopard.
I was gonna put a spot in them, and I still
Then
can.
that would be a jaguar. It'd be jaguar shoes. Leopards have rosettes. Jaguars have bigger rosettes with a spot. And a cheetah has. Things I need to research. Oh, you just researched that just for us? Well, thank you for doing the important work.
Thank you for making that clear.
Dale McCormick, hello. He's in meetings. We might see him at some point, but it's super busy around here today. In marketing.
Jen, I want a pair of these shoes now.
I know.
What I'm telling myself is I need to start learning how to paint shoes. That'd be a fun little side hobby.
Huh?
Painting shoes.
Painting shoes.
Yeah.
Well, the guy, there's the guy on Instagram that does that. That has an Evo bag.
Mm-hmm.
I had a student who, he would draw on them. Like he would get colored Sharpies and draw on them, and they were amazing.
Yeah.
Like the time he would spend on them and make them super bright and colorful, and he was very, very talented. OnePlus saves, is the game ruined? It's ruined, right? I'm trying to net list my level of freak out. I don't understand the question.
That sounded like the wrong chat.
I mean, we're tagged Monument Hobbies. OnePlus saves, I don't understand. Marketing meetings, easy. Just tell everyone to buy Procro. There you go. Done.
Is the game ruined? I don't understand. Help me.
The data slate came out today, LOL.
Which data slate? 40K? What happened? What'd they do? They break everything?
Noir said AOS if I had to guess.
Well, I saw that the 40K thing happened, but I didn't read anything.
If only there were a community of, say, 45-ish people who could market Monument Hobbies and Hobby Nerd Studios voluntarily. Yes. Basically a new addition. At OnePlus saves. Schmidt said actually seemed like pretty positive changes to me, but I haven't played in a long while.
Is this 40K or Age of Sigmar? Because we all know that Age of Sigmar.
40K data slate.
Okay, got it.
Creation Live, leopard print on the kicks are wild. I mean, the bold sense of humor is pretty wild, so. Oh my gosh, I saw a video and I was trying to figure out a way that I could share it with everyone so you could see it, but I couldn't figure that out, so I will just explain it all to you, especially Mike, who really is interested in purchasing the personality adjuster. So there was a guy at like a drive-through Starbucks or something like that, and I don't know the context, I don't know what happened before the video started, but he has gotten out of his car. He's at the drive-through window. He gets out of his car. He's got his coffees and two like iced coffees in his hands, and you just see him throwing them into the window, like throwing a drink at someone into the window. And this girl in the window comes out, and she's got like a big hammer, and she just starts smashing his windshield.
Oh my god.
And my first thought was, that's the personality adjuster. Like, he clearly was doing something, he was angry, and she thought that he needed a personality adjustment, so she gave it to him. Like, I don't know what the context was. I don't know who was right and who was wrong in this, but that was the first thing I thought of.
I think part of me is like, so in my opinion, in my experiences, I have largely had nothing but exceptional service from Starbucks employees. Like, they largely just kind of seem like nice and happy people.
Thing. Yeah.
And so, like, generally speaking, like, I don't get the like gruff attitude.
Yeah.
The like, ugh, God,
Well, so here's the thing. Like, what I always say about Starbucks is that they need to be like, it has to be the right person working at Starbucks, because you have to be able to be patient enough with all these people coming in the morning who are late, who haven't had their coffee yet, who are super cranky, and Yeah. So
Oh,
I get it.
I thrive.
I get
in that
frustrated at
environment.
Starbucks when I don't see that. And I see that because
Yeah.
some of them get real uncomfortable with all the people waiting.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you have all these people just standing there waiting, staring at you, and they like don't make eye contact,
yeah.
you know.
I become like a superhero in those environments because I love like when people are having like a slow grumpy morning, like my personality, like it gets cranked up to 11 because I'm just like I'm feeding off of all of this negative energy and I'm just like give me all this negative energy, I'm gonna turn it right into positive energy.
Starbucks.
I'm basically just doing that now but with paint.
The scientific term is FAFO.
Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, no. I love that. Part of my I used to do this a lot when I was in retail. I'd like I would have somebody who's like in a bad mood that would come up to me for some help with something. I'd be like internally I'd be like I'm going to make this person happy by the end of the day.
I like it that you feel like it's a personal challenge. Like,
I
this
got
is
this.
happening.
I got this. Yeah. Most of the time, they generally left pretty happy.
Oh, good.
I mean, can you imagine like buying a phone or a TV from somebody like me?
I mean, yeah, it would be delightful.
Yeah. Right. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
I like taking care of people when they need help with stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Papa Chicken said, I am of the opinion that everyone needs to work food service or customer service in a call center for a time. It teaches how to be nice to strangers.
100%. Yeah. I love people. People are great.
Grumpiest in the morning, 15 years in retail, you're still the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely did my time.
Yeah.
I did my time. I did like 3.5, 4 years at T-Mobile or at Best Buy, slinging TVs and then phones, and then I did 2.5 to 3 years at T-Mobile. I think I did 3 years at T-Mobile, selling phones to people in the Microsoft campus, which was really weird because you basically just do nothing but fix people's problems constantly.
Yeah.
Because it's closed at night. Because we only worked like 9 to 5. What would happen is people would go home to their families and they'd be like, "Hey, let's go get new phones," and then they would go to like the place nearby their office, and then inevitably those people would get their plans messed up by whomever idiot was working at the store, and then they'd be like, "Man, this sucks. This is really annoying. I'm annoyed at these people. I'm going to go into the office in the morning because I have an office or I have a T-Mobile store at my job.
Yeah.
And I can just go during lunch and I can get this all fixed." So they would come in during their lunch with a limited amount of time and they'd be like,
For you to fix
"Hey,
the problem that someone
fix
else
this
created.
problem. These guys were dumb."
Yeah.
And be like, "That sucks. I can only do so much to help you."
Yeah.
It's like, because like a lot of that stuff, like if you go into a T-Mobile store and they don't put you on the right like promotional plan, they can't fix that in the store. Like they have to call customer service and get it fixed.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing that you can do.
Right. Exactly.
You're just making the other person do it for you.
Yeah.
But the benefit for me is I always told people, I'm like, "Hey, look, I don't mind doing this because if I do this, it's going to take 10 minutes. If you do this, it's going to take an hour." So, because I know how you when you work in those environments, you know all the lingo.
Right.
So when you call customer service, you're like, "Hey, this
You know
person
how to
got
get it
screwed
done
up by
right
this
away.
person,
Yeah.
and I need this, and this fixed." You're going to look at it and you're going to see this. I just need this to look the other way.
I would like that most of the time because I've had to call like customer support for various things,
Yeah.
and I tell them my problem, and they're like, "Oh," and after they start, I'm like, and then they get more details, like, "Oh, you know what? I need to send you over to someone else."
Yep.
And they send me to someone else, and they don't tell them anything.
That
and then I have
is
to
the
repeat
worst.
my whole. I'm like, I know you have a computer. I know you have notes. I know you have a way to communicate with people. You probably have chat or instant messaging. Tell them what's going on.
Yeah, it's pretty obnoxious. I have had that happen to me a lot. And that's the one that gets me like really irritated. Or when they're like, "Hey, I'm going to send you to this person who can fix your problem." And then they send me to this person who can fix my problem and they go, "I can't fix this problem. You got to talk to the people you just talked to." I'm like, "What do you mean?"
That's the worst.
What do you mean?
Mars said I did inbound tech support for both the general public and businesses. It was awful. Well, and that's the thing too that makes it difficult. I feel this way about the post office, about airplanes, when it's something where people don't have a big part of it in their everyday life. You have to be patient with them.
Mhm.
You know, like
Yep.
there would be so many people who travel once every few years on an airplane.
Yep.
And
They
know
have
they don't
no
know
idea
how
how
to
it
do
works.
it because things change all the time and people get mad. I'm like, you just have to be patient. These people don't travel every day.
Yep.
You know, it's a big thing. The post office, same thing. Insurance, I'm dealing with insurance stuff right now with the fire. I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I have
Yep.
to call this guy like 50 times to answer all of my stupid questions.
Yep. The difference for me is like you, as somebody who is in that situation, there's a difference between acknowledging that you don't know a thing
Right.
and being kind to the person who you need to lean
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
and just being ignorant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where I get frustrated.
I always thank people profusely. I'm like, thank you so much for helping
Yeah.
me because I don't do this and it's all
I am
confusing to me.
Incredibly
Yeah.
pleasant when those things happen.
Yeah.
Because I know
Well, you
that.
gotta at least start out positive.
Yeah.
Mike said, I did my time. I tip well. I don't waste time. I don't ask questions. I don't want to wait for an answer to, I know it's not their fault, but my time is exactly why I don't go see people at places. I know. Like, I don't want to talk to you on the phone. I'd rather email you. Chicago Hobby Hero said, random question about Noosh.
Yeah.
Can you shoot through an airbrush once paint is thinned with it? If yes, what ratio, and would you add thinner or other medium?
So you don't want to add anything other than a little bit of water, if you're gonna do that. I have not done a ton of testing with airbrush use with Noosh. It does work, but just remember that you're gonna get a different sort of effect. That sort of thing you want to use for a lot more like overall filtering. Hi, Jason. Hi. Hello. You see these really sweet leopard print kicks that we've got going on?
That's horrible.
They're great. I want a pair. Jordan's gonna paint me a pair.
I told Jen that if she got a pair of pink Converse, we'd make it happen.
Yeah, I'd wear them. Yep.
Hi.
I'm not around for 50 minutes, and this is what happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you get that question answered
Um.
before it goes away?
Yeah, I think I covered most of it. Yeah. So Noosh, the big thing is the more you apply in volume, the longer the working time is going to be, and the more Noosh to paint ratio that you have, the longer working time you're going to get. So when you're spraying it through an airbrush, you're getting a much thinner application, so it will dry quicker. It will also filter more. So bear that in mind. And if you want to try it, do some tests before spraying it on something that you could potentially not be happy with. But you can spray it. It does work. You can spray it out of an airbrush.
Max Salty said, I'm convinced anytime you call in and they say, oh, you need to speak to someone else, it's because they don't want to deal with you.
That is a lot of the time that is the case. In my experience, you can tell by their tone of voice whether
Like,
or
I'm
not
done with you.
they're just done with you, or whether or not they're like actually trying to send you to some place that can fix that.
Literally my job, operations for a global support organization. Honestly, the number of times I have to tell people to just be honest with the person calling astounds me.
Yeah. How long do we have you for, Jason?
Support easy. Person calls, put on hold, repeat till all lines are busy.
I'm here for 3 more minutes.
3
Oh.
minutes.
Yeah. So if you have any questions for me,
Anything
ask them.
important? Ask them now.
NB Toby says, hoping you can help with an airbrush problem. What do you got? Yeah, unfortunately, it's meeting hell for me today, and I'm out tomorrow. So.
Acrylic going on dusty. Through the airbrush?
Acrylic going on dusty right now? Are you
Okay.
holding it? How close are you to the surface that you're painting with the airbrush? Sounds like you're too far away.
In Chicago Hobby Hero said looking to use similar to streaking grime and other similar. We'll try to report back.
It does
for the
streaking great.
niche. This was an airbrush related question.
Yeah, they were asking if they could use it through the airbrush.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
I
you could
said-
airbrush it on really, really thin and then use the brush with water to streak it down. If you wouldn't get as much filtering as you put it
Yeah,
on. Probably.
or apply it really thick.
Yeah.
Like apply it super heavy and then.
I just feel like the airbrush is a non-issue there. Like, why would you bother doing that? Not you just put it on with a brush and it's much quicker.
Depends on how you apply it, but yeah, I think you can apply it by hand in a lot of situations and get it just as.
NB Toby, 26 inches at 20 psi. How much thinning are you using? 'Cause that sounds about right.
6 inches is actually pretty far away. When I think about it,
Yeah.
that's a little farther away than I would, because I
We
typically
generally
spray
paint
like
it like
3.
2 to 3,
Yeah,
depending on the humidity or lack thereof. If it's super dry where you're at, you can get dusty. 2-part, like 50-50. Is that what you mean?
1 part thinner, 1 part water.
2 parts paint to 1 part thinner.
Well, that might be why it's happening too. A lot of thinners will actually cause your paint to dry faster.
Is it airbrush thinner or is it water?
Yeah, true. Three minutes, Baby J may not get fired after all.
Hey, chat, we're hiring. A mix of thinner and airflow improver, 80-20. Vallejo thinner and Vallejo flow improver. Might not like our paint, that mix. We don't build it. Our paint is really just needing water, and you can add flow improver. So maybe try to remove the thinner from the equation. I don't know if they have a thinner that has an alcohol base to it, but that can react negatively with the flow improver with our paint. Normally works great. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Is there something going on with the humidity or the climate in your area today? Are you sure there's not a like an airflow problem through the needle? Is it spraying consistently? There could be a problem with a clog at the needle tip, things like that are causing it to atomize a little bit improper as it comes out of the brush. And of course, that would cause the spottiness that I think you're seeing as dusty. Yeah, I mean, it should work. Any water-based acrylic thinner or flow improver should work. But generally, dusty is going to be caused by either the paint drying, starting to cure midair, or and that could be due to distance or lack of thinning and climate issues, or it could be because of the atomization at the needle tip, right? Because if it not, I don't want to say sputtering because that makes it seem like you would see it sputter, but if it has a flutter to the air because of either bent needle or needle not set into the nozzle correctly, or a little bit of clogging on the nozzle, or a little bit of clogging on the nozzle shroud, then you can have the airflow coming out be such that it's causing turbulence at the needle tip, and that turbulence can cause the paint, when it atomizes, to go into clumpy forms. And our paint's very matte, so if it's not being sprayed on in a consistent level manner, then dusty, it worries me. It doesn't really look dusty, but you would see texture to it. So yeah, play around with it. Sounds like if you've had it work perfectly before, then it's probably just something in the method or something on the needing to clean. One thing that I always have people check is the nozzle shroud, right? Which is this part, regardless of the airbrush you have. The nozzle shroud is this part that you would take off. It's where the air gets forced through to drag the paint out.
The one
right.
Jordan drops a lot.
It will always have a hole here for the needle
I'm
and
not
the air
wrong.
to mix. And you need to make sure that that's actually round. So make sure you clean that. Sometimes it gets a little bit of paint buildup on it and it becomes oblong, and that'll cause turbulence at the tip of your needle. That'll cause all sorts of dusty, inconsistent spray patterns that, while you can't see them with the naked eye, will cause the paint to look funky. All right, it's been fun. I gotta go.
Let
Bye.
it be known that I have never had to buy a replacement.
No, you have always found it. That is true.
Bye, Jason. We love you. That's a lie. No, you don't.
Badger 105 is really easy to clean for me, so I was thinking maybe too dry here with AC and dehumidifier 44% and maybe too far.
Yeah, I think too far for sure. Like when I spray
our
with an
average
airbrush,
humidity is like 10% here.
I'm spraying from typically like this distance. So this is like 1.5 inches or 2 inches. Right? So 6 inches is like here. Give or take.
We live in a desert.
And you would definitely notice a lot more speckling and drying in the air at this distance. But I spray like here, like I said, very close. And sometimes I'll even get closer, but like my maximum distance is about here.
And, I mean, they don't ever change the PSI, I don't think.
Yeah, it's always at like 20 to 25.
Yeah. Chacho, for transparency, would you thin it down with the glaze mix if you were shooting it out of an airbrush, or would you just thin it down with the airbrush thinner, or both?
Hey y'all, transparency, would you thin it down with the glaze mix if you were just shooting it out of an airbrush? Okay, so there's a couple of things to consider here, right? So when you're talking about thinning a paint, right? There's two types of thinning that you're going to do. Thinning for transparency or thinning for viscosity, right? For transparency, if I'm trying to create a glaze, I'm going to want to do both of those things. I'm going to add more transparency to make it less intense of a color. And that will give you, so when you mix glaze and wash medium into your transparent colors, that's thinning for transparency. You're keeping the same viscosity because you're just adding a clear material to that pigment. So that pigment is getting more dispersed within the overall mixture, making it less saturated. And then if you want to thin for viscosity, then you introduce water after that. Now, the water will also thin for transparency as well, because you're adding more volume, but the volume is also thinning the viscosity of the paint as well. So you have to think about how you want to approach what you're doing with the transparent and applying the right mixture to get what you're looking for. Does that make sense, Chochaco? Chochacho? Chochacho. Yeah. Perfect. I'm here for you, baby. I'm also here for these shoes. Jason doesn't like them. That's on him.
You just drew them on. You just used his paintbrush and made little pattern,
little weird patterns. It's all freehand.
little spotty things. It won't. You can thin it to like water. It's not gonna break. Papa Chicken said I was using transparent black thin 1-to-1 with airbrush thinner, and it was pretty overwhelming still. How far can you thin it? Thin before it breaks down.
Right, Papa Chicken, that's exactly why you use the glaze and wash medium, right? Is when you use glaze and wash medium, you are reducing the intensity or the opacity of the mix while keeping the viscosity the same. So when you do that, you can create a less intense transparent black before thinning with anything else that's going to reduce the viscosity. You shouldn't need airbrush thinner at all. You just use the glaze and wash medium, and then you get the right kind of level of transparency that you're looking for, or close to it, and then you mix in a little bit of water, and you get to the right mix.
And NB Toby, it shouldn't matter what color it is. Our paint is all the same formula, so it shouldn't matter whether they're colors you haven't used. All the colors should work the same way.
Yeah.
Noir, I honestly don't remember. So go ahead and type it again.
Yeah, Noir, if we missed your question, just feel free to throw it back on. A lot of the time, especially if we get stuck in a larger conversational topic, we are happy to have you re-ask the question.
If I have an airbrush where the actual hole the needle moves in and out from is closer to one edge of the shroud, would that cause problems? It is HEB airbrush.
Let me read this again really quick. If I have an airbrush where the actual hole the needle moves in and out of is closer to one edge of the shroud,
So like the hole is off center?
that should not be the case. Generally, it's going to be in the center of the cylinder. You could have a different shaped shroud. Nor what if you would throw that up in Discord so we can take a look at it and ping myself and or Jason, so we can look at it.
Yeah, Baby J. Jason doesn't know what's.
Oh, he
being
doesn't know
discussed right now. So
no,
he
but
might be
if you ask the
confused by it.
same question and just copy paste it in there with the picture, that's great. That's something that I have to look. I have to see what you're talking about.
We make our own. Well, we have our own branded airbrush. We have a pistol grip and a top trigger, and that's what they use.
Yep. So this is the pistol.
They are made by Grex, and they have our custom grip.
So we have that one.
And the
got
top
these
part
guys.
is on the top trigger one, the little finger thing.
Now they normally will have a back on them. We keep the back off here just because we use them very frequently. This is something you'll notice if you airbrush a ton. You'll usually keep these off, but generally if you're gonna store it anywhere, make sure you put the back on.
It's through us. It's available through our website. But you cannot buy ours through Grex directly.
Yeah, Grex does not sell
They don't
our
sell
version.
ours.
Yeah.
We buy it from them with our branding on.
I think there was a question that I might have missed up. First time chat, Wyatt's. What would be your number one piece of advice for someone just starting to airbrush? First off, hello. Thank you for the first time chat. Welcome. The first piece of advice that I would give is don't.
You would have to check. They can, but sorry.
No, you're good.
It'll be just you have to check with your local store.
Don't be afraid of it messing up, and don't be afraid of getting it clogged. There is a bit of a adaptation or learning curve period with airbrushes where airbrushes are very particular tool, and if something in the airbrush is a little off, it will cause it to act a little funny. And the more that you use it, the more you'll figure out why those things happen. And when you figure out why those things are happening, you'll know where the problem is so you can clean it. Typically, any issue that you ever have with a paintbrush or with an airbrush is usually because of paint buildup in one part of the airbrush that's causing you issues. So I think the number one piece of advice that I would give is give it a little bit of patience. It is an incredible tool that can help you a ton. Just, I would say, don't be super frustrated if it takes a minute for you to kind of get comfortable with it. It's a very different way of approaching painting. Now, as far as tips are concerned, make sure you clean it a bunch. Get really comfortable stripping it apart and cleaning it. I think that if you are comfortable stripping your airbrush apart and cleaning it, you will have so much of a better time using your airbrush, because if you run into a problem, usually the best fix is to just strip it apart and clean it. So that would be my recommendation. Also, being comfortable knowing what paint consistency will feel like when you paint with an airbrush. So like if you put a drop of Pro Acryl into your airbrush without any thinning and spraying with it, you'll have a different feel for how that, you'll see how that feels compared to using a really thin paint. Because if you thin paint too much, it gets really hard to control with an airbrush. And it will start doing like spider web splattering stuff. So I think in general, keeping your paint more viscous than thinner is my recommendation for people who are just starting. Worst case scenario, if you put it in your airbrush too thick, it just won't spray very well. You are very welcome. Yeah, it definitely took me a little bit of time to get used to taking it apart and cleaning it. You'll feel like when you first start doing it that you're constantly cleaning it, but all of those repetitions of just stripping it and cleaning it will get you really familiar with like where parts of the airbrush are getting more dirty than others. And then you'll start to figure out, oh, this clog is happening. It's being caused because of this thing, etc., etc. What is the difference between your pistol airbrush and the regular Grex TG3?
It's the grip.
The grip.
Ours is a heavier.
Yeah, this grip is heavier.
Grip.
Like this has some
So it
serious
feels really
weight
good
to
in
it.
your hands.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the TG3. That's what we call it. Pro Air TG. Yeah, and this, if you have a local store that carries our products, they can request they can order it for you from the distributor. It'll take some time, but it is a thing that is possible if you like have your heart set on getting the one with our grip and the M on it. Yeah, it's nice to have a separate brush for priming.
Yes. I do recommend that. That's the thing that I wouldn't worry about until you're
like gonna be doing a lot of airbrush.
Yeah.
Jay just noticed the detail on the shoes. It looks so good, doesn't it?
Oh, Jade?
Yeah.
Nice. Hi, Jade.
Oh, yeah, that's nice too, Mike, so you don't have to change the needle out. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, airbrushes with different size needles.
I don't know. 4P Bacon said I feel the gloves need a leopard print too. I think that might be too much.
Yep.
He's bold, but not over the top. Is there such thing as too much leopard print? Yes. Another question about airbrushing. My Badger 105 is 0.5 needle. How exactly does a smaller needle affect how I use the airbrush?
That's a great question. So, a larger needle will dispense more paint than a smaller needle will. So, for example, the 105 is typically a great workhorse brush for base coating and priming because it has a 0.5 needle. It's got a big old hopper to put paint in, and you can spray that thing all day. So that is a pretty good one. That's a good example of what you would use it for. Once you start getting into 0.3s or 0.2s is when you start going for more specific detail and you want really tight sprays with your airbrush. That's when you want a smaller needle.
Mo said big needle is a fire hose, 0.2 is a garden hose.
Yeah, in relationship, yes.
You prime with a point.
Yes, only because we have a 0.3 and a 0.2 here. So you can prime with a 0.3. Works just fine. I prime with the airbrushes that we have here. I make it work.
Toby, that's what we're here for. We're here to answer questions. Chat often is very helpful as well. Often, not always. We do.
We do
Join
have a
us.
Discord. As Ghost Hunter might say, we have 4,427 amazing artists on our Discord,
Including one named Ghost Hunter.
including one named Ghost Hunter. Ghost Hunter might not say that, but I definitely am.
Ghost Hunter has a different hand one every day. So that they don't rust, Vector.
What?
Why we went with glass and not steel mixing.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, even if you use stainless steel, a lot of the time the stainless steel that they use for those are not really, because you can get
like
different quality of stainless steel.
Yeah.
And some are more or less resistant than others.
Yeah.
Shoo!
Bless you. Oh my gosh, that was a big one.
There you go. Woo!
The expanse of the paint line, any rumors of future paint types or colors to come? Well, we don't spread rumors here about paint, but we do have, we've shown off some heavy acrylic paints in tubes, based acrylics. What else?
Matte varnish.
Matte varnish. Have.
All right.
Plaid and
how you liking the kicks?
Ghost Hunter's given us two extra years on plaid.
Thank you. We'll take them. 2025 is not when it's happening.
No. We worn Converse since high school, really debating picking some up now, though. Hot pink and maybe a purple fabric marker.
Yeah,
do
man.
it.
It's cool.
Oh yeah, brush on primer.
Oh yeah, brush on primer.
Forgot
This is
about
gonna be
that.
very cool.
Thanks, Mike. You believe the cult leader, even though he's not even here? We're doing a giveaway right now of the game. We've already given away 5 copies of it through a giveaway contest that originated in Discord. If you follow us on social media, you'll see another giveaway that we've just started. Game is coming along.
Very close. They're very close now.
Been working on the matte varnish for a long time. Had it almost ready to go.
Yep.
Or did we start?
We were testing it.
Okay, but
back
we hadn't
in
sold any.
back in like October of last year.
Wasn't quite right.
Nope.
Been working on it, trying to get it right.
It was
For you guys.
was not up to our exacting
Up to our
standards.
standards.
We found that there was an issue with the drying finish in humid areas, and we by chance happened to
happened to be during a rainy day.
Yeah, it literally happened to me while I was testing it out
because it was ready to go.
It was ready to go.
We thought it was ready to go. It was not ready to go. We thought it was ready to go. Why our QA process is very important.
Yep.
We take our time on things like that.
We do. Because the one thing we refuse to have happen is for you guys to get a product that is not up to our specification. So, yeah, we got all sorts of cool. Sorry if this is a repeating question. How's the board game coming along?
What I was just talking about.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, and the mysterious rattle can of doom. Yes, we tested one in a very humid environment and it worked great. I cannot confirm or deny whether or not I tested it underwater.
Top secret product development stuff. Future low tops with 2-day shipping. There you go.
They have this color of shoe that can be painted on with purple fabric markers.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool. But are they in the right size? That's the most important question. Man, I haven't worn a pair of Converse in a very long time. Since high school, or maybe even middle school.
Really?
Yeah.
Got mine on right now.
You do. Yep.
My everyday shoes.
Buy one of each size, you'll get the right size, Jordan. I'm not buying a pair in every size. No thanks.
Magenta fuchsia and hot pink all seem very similar. Is there a technical difference, or does it boil down to semantics?
Nope, those are all different hues. They are either different hues, different saturations, or different values.
I mean,
typically,
it depends on what you're talking about. You're talking about like pigment and like paint and things like that, yes. But if you're talking about shoes,
they might
manufacturer, they might all be the same color.
Correct.
And they might not be any of those colors in what we would traditionally think of. Noted, all by them.
Gosh darn it, Mike. Ugh.
Hello, Hairdo.
Hairdo. Hello.
It's on the blackboard.
It's on the blackboard. One of these days I need to see this blackboard. I'll have to have Mike take a photo of it.
Gotta have it. Yeah, we gotta see a picture of your blackboard, Mike.
Is it near the end of stream? Hairdo, you tell me.
You know what time we stream.
We have streamed the same time.
This is not your first day.
Every day for a very long time.
No complicated schedules to keep track of. We are the same time every day for years.
Well, technically for us, it's not as complicated. For them, a little bit more complicated, sort of.
Only twice a year.
So what's left on the checklist for this bold sense of humor? Shoe touch-ups and nozzle, that it? Yeah, pretty much, I think. Yeah, just cleaning up the shoes and making sure that the shoes are all done, doing the laces on the shoes. I might put a little bit of a white highlight on the shoes as well, just to make them pop a little bit. And then, yeah, I want to clean up the nozzle, do some glazes on it to smooth that out a little bit. And then I want to fix this shoulder.
Hairdo?
Shoulder.
Nope. That doesn't work.
Hit it with some matte varnish.
We have had this schedule for years. It's announced every day in Discord. There are ways that you can figure this out without showing up an hour and a half late and then asking if it's almost done.
We say what time stream is at the end of every stream.
Every day.
The way that, what, like this? Like he's a little baby. He's a baby.
There's not a new schedule. It's been the same schedule for years.
You're not in trouble. We're
I mean,
just
you're
clarifying.
in a little trouble.
you are not a newcomer, that's for sure.
Not new.
Sure feels like it. I'm not sure if orange is the play for the laces. I don't know. What do you think, Jen? I'm thinking about just doing purple for the laces.
Purple might be a better choice.
Yeah.
The orange would be fun, but purple would look nice, I think. Trust me, Hairdo, you aren't in trouble. I've been in trouble, and this is not that. We talked about different colors, like someone earlier suggested green. I don't think it's the vibe.
Nah. We
I
have
don't
a
think
color
blue
palette.
is the vibe.
Yeah, we got a color palette for the model.
Purple is samey, but I feel like he would be a little bit coordinated. He's bold, but bold in his style, and I think he still has style. So Jordan didn't even know about Lisa Frank until, well, that's not true. I've talked about Lisa Frank many times, but Jordan didn't really recall until the beginning of stream, like right before stream started. So I don't think that is the goal that he had, was to paint this like Lisa Frank.
No.
That's not the goal.
That was not my intention.
My goal when I painted my tiger and unicorn and panda.
And was very successful.
Jordan just wanted some bold shoes for his bold sense of humor.
Correct.
I said, man, you said Lisa Frank, and my brain went, why would they base the colors off of that poor girl? Got confused with Anne Frank. Common mistake, I'm sure. Oh, WOD for sure. It did used to be a little more inconsistent, but it has been the same for a long time.
Apologize for being so quiet while I do this. It requires a little bit of precision. And I don't want to mess this up.
Well, if we ever go long, that's just a bonus. Start time is always 2 o'clock. And if that bothers anyone, we can make sure that we end at 4 o'clock on the dot every day. Oh, good question. Are you going to put anything on the back?
I like what Jason did with his.
The sticker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly because I don't feel like freehanding a sticker right now. I was thinking about freehanding all of this,
Oh my gosh.
but I don't feel like doing that right
That's
now. I don't feel like doing that.
that's a lot.
I might freehand a little something silly on the back. I also feel like we should get this done sooner rather than later so that we can send it off to its new owner.
Well, they're not for sale right now, so I don't know that if we put a code on the back that links to the model, they sold out. So
I'm not painting a QR code on the back.
free-handed seal of approval stamp with Jason's picture in it. We are getting frequent shots of your head
Sorry, this
covering
is
up the model. I know. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to
yeah. This is like
let you
really
know that
really awkward. All right, there we go. That should be one last thing, and then we can won't be as tighted. Boom. All right. Now we can paint the laces purple. A little bit, probably be easier. Oh, alrighty. And just the royal purple over the laces. This is the same color I used to lay in the freehand on the shoes. Do I want to put? No, I don't even think they need a white highlight. I think the model's big enough that we're getting enough cast shadow on there. It's looking really nice.
looks great.
What's next on the painting desk? Mike. Bigature Marine. Fulgrim Snake Boy. Little Smaug. Thanos. Options are
Lots
endless.
of things.
I have a big Custodes project coming up that I want to work on. Papa Chicken, that's a good plan. Too bad, Mike. I already got all the stuff I need for that. I literally need nothing for that project. So, nothing to go on the blackboard. So you say. No, it's true. Literally got everything. Oh, it'll be there for the next flip. Mike, I need a Tau Storm Surge.
I mean, Papa Chicken, he changes it all the time, so you probably can. What post in Discord am I looking for? I haven't spent a lot of time in Discord today.
Neither have I, unfortunately.
He's busy.
Mike, it's hard for people to know what you're posting in chat when you have 12 different
Too many
names.
different names. How would I know?
Yeah.
Go 5 our time was after stream started. It's the blackboard we think is not real. Okay, I'll look after stream.
Oh, he has a picture of the blackboard in Discord? That's funny.
Awkwardish Panda, hello.
Hi, Awkwardish. How are you?
You still sunburned? Gosh. No fun.
Bless you, Gabe. Bless you, Gabe. Bless you, Chris.
I thought it was Gabe.
Jen thought it was Gabe too.
Got the good stuff with lidocaine in it. Oh, rough.
Christopher, how dare you sneeze in a way that sounds like Gabe? Setting us off on the wrong direction.
I mean, they might be the same person. I don't know.
Don't make me draw a summoning circle for Christopher. I'll do it.
I'm actually pretty sure they're not the same person. They are in the same room at the same time most of the day. That could just be some weird visual trick.
Smoke and mirrors, death lasers, that sort of thing.
Huh?
Smoke, mirrors, death lasers,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, those are all pretty clean.
345.
345. I'm liking it. We're getting close, folks. Getting real close. We're getting real close. Boo-doo-ba-doo-boo-boo.
I see a little corner of your palette with pink and purple, and it's beautiful.
That's been most of this model, Jen. Nothing but pink and purple on this
I
model
like it.
for the most part.
Sure, this isn't being painted for me.
I mean,
One bought it.
yeah. You could potentially convince the person to trade it to you.
I would have to give them $500, and I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
Have you ever painted Sky Earth non-metallic metal before? It seems at a glance it'd be
Yes.
easier than regular NMM since you kind
Nope.
of get to go all Bob Ross, paint happy little trees and rocks, etc., then just edge highlight in white.
Not really. It's not that simple. I'll buy Gen 1 painted by Jordan.
They're not available right now.
So there's two problems. One, they're not available. Two, that means I would have to paint another one
Exactly.
for the other person.
Yeah.
Which sounds like probably not the best solution right now.
They bought it a long time ago.
They most certainly did. They are deserving of their
Yep.
prize. I hope they like it.
They wouldn't. Do they can send it back and I will give them a refund.
And I will
Go on
keep
my
it.
desk.
Yep. There you go, Jen. That's how you get this one. You convince them to return
I'm
it.
like,
'Cause
do you guys really like that? I mean, do you really feel like it was worth $500? I could refund it if you'd rather.
it's like, hey, I just want to make sure that you guys are truly enjoying it. I don't want to make you guys feel like you're out $500 for something you're not happy with. Please feel free to let me know. I'd be happy to issue you a refund if it comes up. You know, we'll get you taken care of, you guys.
But see, he wouldn't be able to, like, wouldn't use stream time for this, and so that means it would be Jordan's own personal time we'd have to pay, and I'm sure he costs more than $500, so it's okay.
Yeah, my personal time turns out worth
Very
a lot
expensive.
more than my work time is. I charge more than what I get paid
Yeah.
when my free time is getting taken apart. Because turns out I'm working overtime. when that happens.
Yeah.
So my painting is not cheap. Isn't a refund
No,
just
it's
paying
giving them
500?
back the money that they've already given us.
Now we're just negotiating price, Mike. You also have to be under the impression that I would be willing
Exactly.
to paint another one. That's the other assumption that's being made here. All right.
And also, maybe I'll just paint one myself.
Also correct. So we'll take some black transparent in the cup. Boop.
Yeah, Mike, you're not going to convince me. I'm very, very frugal.
Yeah.
So, even though you're talking about your money, no, doesn't make any sense to me.
Glaze and wash medium. Boop. Baby J saying things like free will is a thing. This guy is wild. Yeah, I'm crazy. Woo! Look at me, I'm crazy. Need more. Glaze and wash medium. Touch more water.
You're mixing up here.
This is a glaze for the black on the cap.
On the cap?
Mm-hmm. Still pretty thick. Let's give it a good old. Wood raspberry blue.
Saved the cap for last, to cap off the project.
Yep. Nice little capstone to the end of the project, Capstone. Putting the thin glazes on here. This is going to do two things. It's going to darken up all those areas with a little bit of overspray on them. Going to make everything feel a little bit cooler Gonna darken everything up so that shine pops a little bit more. That's the goal here. And this glaze and wash medium that we put in here will give me a little bit longer working time on this. I don't have to worry about it drying up on me, becoming too saturated in the areas where I want that reflection to be.
Ball pit stream ever gets scheduled?
The ball pit stream.
I don't believe so.
We never decided to do the ball pit. So therefore, no ball pit stream.
You don't have space for that?
We don't have space for that. I think that's kind of the whole point. So far. Oh my goodness, is it that time already, Jen?
It's gonna be there.
Oh my goodness.
Go look up. Philip's not here today.
What do you think, Jen?
Looking good.
I think I'm gonna do a little bit of like fun reflection stuff on the glasses. Other than that, we're probably looking pretty good. I kind of want to do the paint thing on the top, and I think I'm gonna do it in hot pink.
Yeah.
Dark
That
hot
appears
pink.
to be the color that's in the bottle.
Yeah. Very. Yep. Technically, it's Baby J's version of hot pink. A little different, more like a plum, dark plum.
I'll be right back.
Alrighty. We're gonna let this dry. This needs some time to just sit and dry. Yes, we are, Mike. Thank you, Awkwardish. Much appreciated. What had you put in the cap just now? What do you mean? What do you mean, Mike? I don't understand. Oh, transparent black, transparent blue, transparent purple, water, and glaze and wash medium. Tangent, I used the purple, the blue, and black. At like a 5-to-1 ratio. Black being the primary. Well, our red is basically quinacridone magenta. It's like it's closer to like a quinacridone red. Oh, thank you. I will remember to touch up the shoulders. That actually is a thing that I can do right now. Okay, that's looking better. You doubt the US will be normal tomorrow? Read up. I can't read up further than your nope, tomorrow is normal in the US. Mike. We'll definitely need to finish this tomorrow, but I think we're in a pretty good spot.
Well, huzzah, huzzah! I'll just throw back my legs and pollute my breeches with delight.
Storm surge.
Well, huzzah, huzzah! I'll just throw
Hello.
back my legs and pollute my breeches with delight.
Well, thank you everybody for being here. It has been so wonderful having you here on our delightful little stream on this here Thursday, prior to Friday. Friday's Eve, if you were.
Well, huzzah, huzzah!
What?
I'll just throw back my
Did we
legs
get
and
gifted
pollute
subs?
my breeches with delight.
Oh my gosh.
Mike.
Well, huzzah, huzzah! I'll just
Thank
throw
you.
back my legs and pollute my breeches with delight.
Oh, Mike.
Well, huzzah,
Okay,
huzzah!
our store
I'll
link,
just throw back my
FLGS,
legs and pollute my
is our
breeches
store
with delight.
locator. So you can see if there's a hobby store, game store near you that carries our products.
Well, huzzah, huzzah! I'll just
have our
throw back my legs and
Discord.
pollute my breeches with delight.
Which is where all the fun chat goes on during the
Well,
day, not
huzzah,
during, well,
huzzah!
and
I'll
people are
just
Except for
throw
now.
back my
chatting during
legs
stream.
and pollute
Mhm.
my
But,
breeches with delight.
It's like stream chat, but all day long. And lots of different topics.
Well,
discussed
huzzah,
over there,
huzzah!
so
I'll
definitely
just
check
throw
that
back
out.
my legs and pollute
And
my
then
breeches with
YouTube
delight.
Has all of our past live streams, video
Well,
content,
huzzah,
tutorials,
huzzah!
shorts, all
I'll
kinds
just
of good
throw
stuff.
back my legs and pollute my breeches with delight.
So use the links, do the things.
We are going to find somebody to raid, everybody. Don't forget to hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, join us on a regular basis. We stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you are curious at what time it is here, just Google Arizona. You'll figure it out. Yeah, we're out of here. We will see you guys tomorrow. Well, I'm sorry. I will see you tomorrow. Jen and Jason will not be here.
Jason will not be here.
So
We'll have Jordan and probably Christopher is my guess.
I think we're gonna see if we can't finagle Shelby instead of Christopher, but we'll talk about that after, for reasons. But yeah, we will see you guys all tomorrow. We're gonna find somebody to raid. Good night.
Bye. Have a good weekend, everyone.